Hello everyone and welcome. It is time to get the game underway. It's the start of the playoffs here. It's Vexed taking on Royals and the first map is Inferno.
Straight into the action here. Vexed starting on that CT side, and they've gone for two sets of utility. Normally, you just see teams go for that one defuse kit, but King Mezzi decides to pick up some nades of his own, and that could be quite important on either the retake or the initial hold, depending on when they want to use those nades.
The thing is here, Vexed have 3 players currently on the A-bomb site, and Royals don't have any utility to force them off, so it will come down to engagements. Good flashbang coming in, that's going to force Aussie away. Big gap in the smoke though for Cray to try and play long range with. You can really see the lack of utility coming in to be a big problem for Royals. They have nothing to counter this.
At least they've snuck this man into CT, though. Capis has to be wary of multiple angles, but if he can stay alive, he could be a real nuisance in the enemy back lines. You can see on the mini-map, Adam is having to watch for that flank as this B play comes in.
Yeah, this is certainly a good play from Royals, trying to run in towards the B-bomb side, but Frizz has got 1 kill, Adam will step in for another, and this has just been a great start from Vexed. All the headshots coming in, Whisk and Aussie alone, and the bomb plant, it shall come through. Plenty of time for it, and the push comes through from Adam, trying to deny. So at least they've got a bomb plant here, Royals. It might just be all they find as Aussie's left. Been a twin rock and a hard blitz, but he'll spin back, take that kill. And a little bit greedy trying to get the USP. So Cray will drop him. And away with the pistol pickup coming in from Vexed on the CT side.
Yeah, it's not like Royals did a massive amount wrong there. I think that their overall game plan wasn't too bad. Maybe pushing A long at the start without nades was slightly risky. They definitely could have lost their lives earlier. But then Vex just landed some really quick headshots. Mezzi rotated in from CT. And once you lose those opening fights, it's quite difficult to get back in from that situation.
Well, we'll see Royals here with their economy. It's in the position you expected with the bomb plants. They'll upgrade a couple of pistols into the next one, though. That's when we'll see the buy come in. So this should be a freebie for Vexed. I say should be, but we've seen some crazy things happen so far with pistols. So I'm gonna leave that down. I'm gonna say should.
Royals still haven't bought a single nade so far in this game. That's a fun fact for you. You'd hope they buy a nade in their gun round. At least one. Yeah.
Well, luckily we're only in round 2, Alex.
We're okay. Ooh.
Jenko.
Yeah.
Certainly a good headshot, but Cray is able to reply. Might just get another as well, but a little bit strange to overextend there. And because of that, he'll fall. It might just be a weakness, but luckily Link is there to pick up 3 kills. Adam will get Aussie, and it's clean in the end. At least they only lose 2 players, but this is where Royals can get the money through. They haven't really got the money for an AWP. If they want to get it, they'll have to get a glass cannon, but it's probably better just to stick with a massive amount of rifles and the utility, and that's indeed the case. Banana obviously requires a hell of a lot of utility to be used at the start of each round, so Royals, they've got that in buckets and spades.
Vexed also decide to upgrade to a few more rifles. I was a little worried in that last round when they lost that M4 early, but the players with the SMGs managed to clean up. And Adam looking to get involved early with this nade should be good. Yes, Aussie down to half health. Yeah,
that's a great grenade coming in. Flashbang followed up, but Whisk, that angle to line up for Adam as he gets 2.
Wow, the wallbang collateral headshot comes through for Adam on the first man. Really nice timing on the peak. The flashbang coming through as well. Again, Vexed always thinking through their peaks, making sure that they have the protocols in place to gain the early advantages. And even when Royals have the AKs, they lose the initial engagements.
Well, this angle from Link is going to be very difficult to deal with. In fact, it is. He will take the headshot onto Capers. That's all on Emmett. 1v5. Headshot comes in towards Cray, but he's going to have to get a little bit more than just that one headshot. Going to go in towards lower. No one there to take any damage from it. And at this point, I think the Swede is just biding his time.
Doesn't even have the bomb, sadly. It's all the way back towards T-ramp, and we see Vex push all the way down Banana. Somehow, Emin has snuck past everyone, but I think they are aware that he could be in towards A-long. As you said, it's all about doing some damage at this point. Nice shot towards Link, but not quite enough for the kill on towards him. And he is just going to try to find any damage, but that will not be happening. Vexed, again, playing well as a team. Everyone really performing at the start of this game, especially that pistol round, I think was a good showcase of Vexed just using their skill across their lineup, all chiming in, all having impact. And this is the start we kind of expected from Vexed.
Yeah, if they can keep this up, they could definitely have a very convincing half come in on the CT side. We've seen it time and time again from this roster. And that's the added factor that we have for Vexed here. They've got a team of 5 players that can all perform. It's not just a one-man army. And Royals are going to have to try and deal with that. In this round, they have got a smoke. 2 sets of Kevlar and a couple of Deagles alongside CZ75.
Vexed deciding to rotate away from B quite early here. Normally you do this when you have the AWP to be able to lock down Banana, but they're happy leaving Mezzy alone on the B side of the map. And it is currently the correct read because Royals are trying to creep in and around this A bomb site. Link getting aggressive, might be in trouble, but again, the flash is so good. Easy kill for Link. He can back away or continue to fight, and he finds the second.
Well, Cray back in the pit. We'll start to look up towards the apartments. Will be the headshots coming on through. And, oh, well, that's an easy lineup for Fraser. 2 kills coming in, and Adam will assist. 4-0. At least Royals, I mean, yeah, they've lost 4 in a row, but every time they go into a round, they at least do a sprinkle of damage, a kill here and there. And that's important when you're doing it onto the CT side, because obviously the CT side's economy is a little harder to get a grasp of. Pretty well built up for Vexed at the minute, though.
Oh, a little bit awkward coming out of CT Spawn. They get it done eventually. I was talking about Mezzy oftentimes being the standout player for me for this Vex team, but generally he's been supporting Adam. Jenko, though, straight up Banana, but the smoke makes things awkward for the AWP. He decides to back away and takes damage in the process, down to 50 points of health. This time, Vex have stacked 3 towards B early. Well,
Molotov, they'll go up towards the top. Grenade will come in as well. At this point, it's all just about ticking off the checkboxes. Have we got banana control? What control have we sourced? And then making a decision off of that. Currently, Vexed have kept 3 players over towards A on the site itself. So if they decide to commit into B here, Royals, they've got to really rely on the 2 players on Vexed to get it done, because no one's going to be able to rotate that quickly.
Ooh.
Fortunately for them, though, Royals are taking the time.
Over on this B side of the map, Adam just threw an incendiary straight at the same time as his teammate threw the smoke, just for what it's worth. So that's always fun.
Great communication.
Something that was worth pointing out, though, is that at the start of this round, Adam let his teammates stack B so that I think he could hold on to a few nades as he rotated back to the B site, because he started at A, even though he's normally been playing on this B site. So that's kind of a cool way to keep more nades on B if you want to continue to fight for Banana. But in this one, Royals really running down the clock, 30 seconds left, and they have to commit soon.
They certainly have left it to the last few seconds, and if anything goes down here, if they don't find the opening engagements, it could all unravel, all fall apart. And Adam wants to ensure that happens. 2 kills come in, Mezzy's still alive, and that's the thorn in their side at the moment. They've got to get onto the bomb side. Kill comes in from Jenko, and that might have just been enough to save them. The rotation coming in, though, and a quick kill for Fraser. Just getting aggressive, pushing it, and the bomb plant is denied. A follow-up coming in, and it's all on Jenko, carrying the AWP into the next. Well played there for Fraser. Just the balls to peek here on the coffins and take that frag.
And also, again, Adam is looking really solid individually as that in-game leader.
Yep.
That's something that was maybe missing slightly last week against Buzzkill. He ended as the bottom fragger, somewhat far behind the rest of the Vexed lineup. But in this one, Adam is looking really crisp with that AK, gets those 2 opening kills at the start of the round. But the SG of Whisk trying to contend for this mid control. Vexed have still not bought an AWP yet, though. They're continuing with this 5 rifle setup, so no need to peek down mid.
So I was in Ukraine last week and this week, and casting the Chicago Invitational. And something I seen there, I cast a lot of Counter-Strike, and I seen barely any AUGs picked up. That is the tournament that came with decent teams straight after the sort of nerf, right? And there was a statistic like 500 AUGs have been purchased, but over like 2,000 M4s in the tournament. So obviously, a lot of players deciding to go back to the M4A4, and you can see here in Vex, no one with an AUG, but we are starting to see the SG crop up in the T side because there's no AUG to counter that. It's become a lot more powerful, but seems to be a contact play for Royals. So it will be the kill from Jenko onto Fraser, and a man advantage for the T side, but for the time being, as Cray still alive in the pit.
Adam rotating over, only good for 1 frag, but they've lost track of Cray. He's going to get 1 kill back from Pit, and it's into the 2 versus 2. Smoke goes down towards A long. Mezzy trying to get into position to assist his teammate, but Royals are really worried about this player, and Mezzy trying to come in from the back lines. Damage is done, but he's out of ammo. Royals finally on the board.
Finally their first pick up, but it wasn't clean. They definitely lost quite a few players there. Obviously their only surviving member. With the rifles being purchased right back, the AWP back into the hands of Jenko. And again, Vex obviously had such a solid start, they have no money problems. So M4s are through. No AUG still.
Yeah, well, so you look at the specifics of the AUG nerf, and it got lowered from the same rate of fire. There we go, Jenko. This AUG coming into play now. He's starting to get a couple of entries with it. Got the opening kill in the last round, gets the opening down mid in this one, and Jenko going into the apartments. I like this.
Yeah, it's quite the unorthodox angle to hold with AWP, but obviously showing great confidence. He's got the early pick, why not? But Royals will start to take some mid control, but look at the push through Banana. Adam is all the way down towards the bottom. He might just get the reward for it as well, as they're about to walk right into him. There's the kill, they expected it, they checked the corner, but he still lines up to... The tread really should have come in faster there from the T side.
Yeah, Adam's been doing such a great job at getting at least 2 kills in on those B holds, but this time, his 2 kills going to be enough. The smoke's down for CT. Royals have safe passage to that B bomb site. This boost could be important though. Fraser looking to boost his teammate up.
This is gonna be perfect as King Mezzi comes over the top. 2 kills come in, it's all over unless Jenko 1v3 says with AWP. The bomb is planted for him, so he can certainly make it happen. But he's going for the aggressive stance. No one yet tapped the bomb, but he's walking right into the lion's den.
Wow.
What? How's he done this? He just pushed through CT.
Oh, they eventually figured it out. That was crazy aggression though. He really wanted to get the pick. I think if he got one frag though, he's just so exposed there. You'd think the trade would be able to come through. Either way, again, Mezzi doing a solid job at containing on the B site. He'd been slightly quieter on the fragging at the start of this game, but even Mezzi is getting on the board now after picking up a 3K in that round. And here is the AWP that we had been waiting for on the Vexed side of things. Royals have been willing to fight down mid, but Vexed hadn't had the AWP to try and fight against them. So now that Fraser has the sniper in his hands, that is an option if he wants to take it.
Yeah, well, Royals, biggest problem I see for them here is they don't have a whole lot of utility. I kind of talked already about how this map, Inferno in particular, you know, you need to have a lot of utility. You can't afford to be dry on that, and if you do have limited utility, you have to use it up very sparingly. Also bigger problem is there's no Molotovs, and that is certainly the most important part of Inferno.
Yeah, not exactly great to be out of mollies early into the round. A little bit of damage done by Mezzi.
The problem I see here for Royals is they're not even challenging Banana early, right? They're just letting the CTs have it, and you can see it's worked so many times for them.
Yeah, and the nades have been solid from Vexed, but you'd think that you'd be expecting those nades. You'd be thinking that you'd be ready to counter them, and finally Royals are doing that. They flashed Mezzi away from Banana. He couldn't risk sticking around by himself, but this is quite late in the round to be gaining Banana control, and with only a few nades left, it's not going to be easy for Royals to sell any fakes here. They're probably just going to have to commit to one site, and Adam is looking to stop them.
Well, he's been such a stellar player so far for them. He's still alive, and that's a bit of an ambitious position to take from Adam. Because of that, Fraser and Adam both dropped. It has to be the 3v4 retake for the CT Solids. They come right back into this. Vex still obviously standard chance, but they've got a Molotov. They'll have to use that. Smokes are there. One kit.
This is a save. It's got to be, with the money.
To be, with the player already on the A bomb site as well, and slowly back it away. Royals, they do get it done. I think it starts off well for them. Adam gets that kill, but I think they just give it away. They get a little bit too confident there, a little bit too overzealous in the angle they held. Definitely a risky one.
Yeah, especially after Adam gets the first kill, you'd think the main aim would just be, let's slow Royals down, because you know if you lose the B site, if you lose the fights, you know you've lost the round, really. There's almost no way you can win that 3v4 retake with the A players being so far away. So maybe they could have tried to just play for a bit more time, but a few mistakes being made, which Royals capitalize upon. They get another round through for their team. And this is a chance for them to try to really cause some economic issues for Vexed here. Fraser again gets the AWP. The nades continue to be solid for this Vexed Gaming side, but if they were to lose this round, that's when you'd see some issues.
Ozzy, fast play up towards top middle. He's definitely gotten the Ferrari. And And unfortunately, Link will peek him. So a little bit of damage done on the Aussies. Dropped to 40. Jenko will find himself on 61. Spray coming in again. Vexed have Banana.
Yeah, they're not having to commit too much to it either, really. Mezzi's just sticking around alone in towards Banana itself. Currently, though, Adam is kind of scared that Royals could have pushed in towards CT spawn, which is a slight problem. You can see Vexed really focusing back towards that CT position, but Royals are all barreling up Banana. This is a big problem. The B site is open.
Well, Mezzi throwing the smoke in front of them, trying to delay, but, you know, being flashed off the angle, can't really get too much done. Does he just want to go for the boost here? Adam, oh, this is the boost, but the timing's well played. It will be one from Adam. Whiskey's been finished off, and the shots just keep coming through. This time, Link wants to get aggressive. He wants to have a fight. Only Jenko with the SG, though. That'll topple Adam from the top, and so it's back into the 4v4. It has to be another retake or a save here from Vex, and there's the kill. Frieza picking it up off the Jenko. Man advantage back with the CT side.
Smoke goes towards Banana. That means this crossfire is not established. Emin tries to take the fight, but now his teammate is in the open. It's only Capiz left. One through the smoke, looking for a little bit more. Capiz lining it up, but the damage isn't quite there, and the defuse comes through. Capiz so close to winning the round, but Vexed steal it away.
Yeah, that's just unfortunate. Defuse comes in, but he still gets the lineup, so that's a consolation frag, and here comes a pause. Surely this has to be a tactical one, and it's actually Vexed who have called it. So, obviously taking a look at this, Vexed perhaps start to feel confident after the great start, and then suddenly Royals chiming away, and that means big problems for their economy after losing both players at the end there. The CT side, they're not going to be in a great position. Yes, they still win the round, but I'm looking forward to seeing what they bring to the table in this one, as Vexed certainly are not out of the woods just yet.
Yeah, it's still a situation where if Royals could just win that one round to break through, you feel like they could maybe force Vex down to a weaker buy, then they could get some good amount of rounds on the board, and considering Royals have still got the full buy, and Vexed have actually had to buy a couple of MP9s, as you said, they all died, so they don't actually have a perfect buy here.
Yeah, it's certainly weak, but if Royals lose to this, that's just extra salt into the wound, right? This should be around they're able to pick up, and there's an early kill. Frieza trying to challenge towards middle. The lack utility trying to make up with it for a kill, but it will not happen.
That was the AWP that just got obliterated by an AK down mid.
Yeah, well, if you know your angles, you can certainly do that. And Whisk quick enough to react, and obviously placing the crosshair well with the headshot coming through. At this point, it's starting to look a little bit scary for Vexed. Two smokes and one flashbang is all they have left.
Yeah, and I think Inferno on the CT side is one of the more difficult maps to come back from when you go a man down. It's not easy to rotate between those bomb sites. The opponents can really start to play mind games with you, can start to draw those rotations away. Especially with the lack of info on Banana for Vexed right now. They will be worried about both sides of the map. And I don't mind Vex taking a slight gamble here. They're trying to maybe put Adam over towards B. Currently, it's the two MP9s on the B site, so he thinks he might need to help those SMGs, but it's actually the A play from Royals.
Well, Jenko, front man, SG in hand, he'll try and find something, but it's not going to come his way, so they go for the long approach, flash into the cubby, clear it together, run as a squadron up towards short, and this is where the pressure really needs to be put on. 25 seconds, Link trying to hold the bomb site, can't get a single kill. Mezzi will get one on the MP9, but it's all falling apart here on the CT side, as Royals will win that one cleanly.
Yeah, and even though Royals made that push kind of obvious, it didn't really matter in the end because they had the nades to cut off the rotation. They got the entries pretty quickly, so it didn't really matter all that much, especially as they already had the man advantage. So that's a situation where it's probably worth just sticking together, grouping up, and just making sure that you don't lose any unnecessary fights. And it's exactly what Royals do. They don't try to overcomplicate things. They just push together as a pack. And this time, Vexed are finally forced down to a weak buy. This is Royals' chance to get some rounds together.
Yeah, they may have had a slow start, but sometimes the slower starts can end the best. You just have to peak at the right time, and Royals, this is certainly their chance to start the incline. Comes in from the CT side. That actually might give the illusion that they have a little more than they actually do, right? If you throw a smoke and you're kind of free-willing with utility, that can start to spring into the minds of Royals. Perhaps they've got something in this one. In fact, it is just the Deagles and the CZs, and this might just be enough. Adam, though, can't react quick enough, and so Royals will get away scot-free in Banana. They might want to try their luck in towards the A-bomb site where Cray is currently holding with a CZ-75. Flash goes over the corner, but it's Cray with the first kill. Can he get the follow-up? Looks away, so no. So back and forth we go, but the CT side, they've got a stack here. This could be a big trap. The pistol's coming in, and it's Vexed that will win it.
What just happened?
It was just all the pistols at the right time, right place, all the kills.
Royals just got melted in towards mid.
It's not great, Alex. It's like, I don't know.
I can't think of anything that you melt. Cheese. It's like
No,
melted
butter,
cheese.
Butter, you melt butter, ice cream in a hot country, you know, it all melts very quickly, and that's exactly what Royals happened here. And we're having an ice cream in the Western Sahara.
Never a good idea.
It is not. Don't know where you can find one of those, but there will be a little bit of damage being done onto Jenko. When I say a little bit, I just mean a whole lot. Whisk actually falls as well. Adam coming in huge on the MP9. Wow. And this is actually the chance for Vex to build up a lot of money, get that economy under wraps, and actually end up taking more CT rounds. So what looked good for Royals in the last one might just be the decline.
Ooh. You don't like players peeking in front of the AWP. It's always scary. And, ooh, Capers got that kill towards A long there. Link ends up losing his life. That means the Rap can come in towards this A bomb site. And Vex don't have too many players in position to stop this. Fraser in an awkward spot here with the AWP. He knows one man is low, but he is going to be caught from above. Aussie doesn't even get the kill. It was Capers who took him down. And as this bomb gets planted behind the smoke, Royals are in great shape.
This is the answer that they need. Can they convert it, though? That's the question. One kit alive on King Mezzi. That's the factor that gives Vex a few more seconds to work with. The flash will go right through. Player inside the pit. Adam's got a kill with the Deagle. That's 3 already, but he has to get the ace clutch. Running in with the MP9. Looking for a little bit more. He'll look over the top, but at this point, Royals defending well, and Emin with the AK will convert for a 4th. So they have a hiccup, but they recover. And this sort of back and forth never favors the CT's economy.
Yeah, and that's clearly showcased here in round 13. I think that Royals have probably found most of their success on these A-long aggressions in terms of taking map control. That's been the easiest place for them. They found the entry onto Link there a couple of times as well, and this round rushed straight down mid. Vex are not wasting any time, but the AK here to stop them. Cray gets 1 kill, and wow, Cray finds a 2nd kill there with the USP, but I don't know how much more can be done.
Yeah, the T's not really positioned well enough to deal with this, and this might... Oh, there we go. Cray eventually picks it up, and King Mezzi's got a picked up rifle. It's about to happen again. Emin into a 1v2. 2 AK-47s to find, not just pistols. And this might just happen again. Vexed, the fast mid-rush, just creating chaos, and Royals out of position. They couldn't deal with it. And Emin has to come up huge. 2 angles, 2 different players, and it's Cray with the headshot. 9 on the board for Vexed. I don't know how this is happening. Royals, these are not rounds that you can afford to lose.
How does Cray get 3 kills with the USP? 3 USP headshots.
It is ridiculous. It really is ridiculous. After 1, okay. You get 1 kill, but you should be traded. But it's just the sheer chaos that was created inside of middle. Royals just couldn't deal with it.
And nicely done at the end there, just to hold those 2 separate angles. Just completely locks Emin out of the round as he peeks there. He can't do anything to stop them. And Royals are, again, not in the great shape here. It looks like they might have been a bit confused as to whether they're buying into this round. Maybe a bit demoralized after such a devastating round loss. Some of the players have fully bought, some of them have saved. Let's see what they can do.
Well, Aussie, the only player with a rifle is a Galil, so we'll use the word rifle loosely, but it is going to be the kill from Link onto Emin. But this flank could really happen, but Adam, he's coming in behind as well. Has he spotted him? Does he know he's there? Ausie's just going to hold the angle, and Adam's too scared to walk in. He has an inkling. He's going to sit back and wait for this player in library to go into his crosshair, and there's the kill from Adam. That should be enough, but under a minute to play with. Royals, they've only got P250s and a Deagle. No utility. They have got Kevlar and Capers, but this is going to have to be a heroic performance out of all of them. So, will it happen? Most likely not, since Vex have 2 players on B, 3 on A.
No smoke for CT spawn, so Mezzi has a clear line of sight as does Adam, in behind his teammate, only Whisk alive, and he somehow doesn't know that Adam is on the site. Tries to go through the smoke, is not successful in doing so.
Just a reminder, this isn't the pick of Vexed. That's the scary part. This is a map pick of Royals coming into this series. Up next will be Nuke. And if this is how Royals are struggling on Inferno, I really don't see it going well on Nuke.
Yeah, we were saying that Inferno feels like a map that is actually pretty good for Vex. That was a kind of the concern.
Yeah, the fact that they've ended up on a few maps that they're really solid at, and a few maps they would actually, consider picking, that's a big problem. But fast left towards B. It's Adam holding it off. Multiple kills coming in, but Jenko will step in with an AK-47 headshot. Great, he's there with another. It's a double, and it's 11-4 at the half.
Another solid B hold from Vexed. Adam was doing so much work on that B site throughout the entirety of the map. Mezzy and Adam together on the B side of the map were playing really well as a sort of pair. They were really in sync the entire half. It seems like those two players in particular, Adam and Mezzy, quite often play sort of alongside each other. I think those two have got a really good feel for how each other play. Sometimes that can just come instinctually as well, which might have been the case here. It just kind of seems to work between them. Yeah,
it's almost like they have a play style that has natural synergy, right? And there's a lot of teams that don't have that. And the fact that you have it here in Vex just proves that they've been playing together for a long time, proves that sticking together as a roster is the way to go, and it's successful. And you can see the half certainly could have even been worse for Royals, because Vex made a couple of mistakes themselves, you have to remember.
While Royals again relying on the Kevlar for the pistol round. No nades, no kits, nothing.
Yeah,
and Vex the complete opposite.
Yeah, Vex have come into this with a hell of a lot of utility, but it might just be the fast play that catches them off guard. Right on middle, they're taking a leaf out of the Vex book. It'll be Emin taking the first kill. Jenko stepping in with one as well. But Cray, Link, and Adam, they're into a 3v5. Finally, a kill comes back in for Vex, but it's not looking too great for them. The CTs absolutely toying with them.
Oh, I thought they were trying the knife. They're not going to go for it. Maybe a bit cocky to go for the knife at that point.
A bit BM.
Yeah, you just want to win the round, really, after having such a poor first half. M4A1S for Jenko. That's interesting.
Yes, this was also another talking point, because I was kind of trying to figure out which rifles are going to get played more. And even with the M4A1S buff, we still don't really see it come through. Some of the players we see pick it up in the pro circuit are the likes of Scream. He still loves it for the precision. His headshots and that jazz, being the machine that he is. But it is going to be the kill from King Jezzy. King Mezzy.
King Jezzy.
Yeah, that's a good name, actually.
It's not bad.
I might take that one. I might patent it, and then someone who wants it in the future will have to pay me a large sum of money.
Nice. Always fun. We're into the 3v3 here, though. A couple of Vex players are low. Adam somehow finds the dink. Jenko nearly losing his life there, but he gets away back to the bomb site. Currently solo holding towards B. And after this smoke goes into CT, Adam is going to try to find him, nestling in this corner. Vex beginning to group up.
Oh, that's actually not too far off there from Emin. And, well, Jenko, time to make that M4A1S work as they're running towards him, and it ain't gonna work. There's the Mac 10. They're successful, and this might just fall apart for Royals. They're going to have to step up in a big way. 13 HP for Emin. Capers tried his best to fight with the FAMAS. All they need to do here is Craig just needs to hide. Stop peeking. Stop giving the chances. Missed shot from Emin. It's all on Capers. FAMAS versus 3. The good thing is they're all low, so a couple of shots is all that's needed, and unfortunately, it's not looking too solid. Oh no, this is actually starting to fall apart. I don't know which way this is going to go. Capers doesn't have a kit, so that's the recovery from Vex. 12-5. I don't know. These rounds just seem so scrappy, Alex. They really feel like both teams are struggling, but it's Vex that are struggling less.
Yeah, I think that's the third round now where Vex have been able to win with that sort of weaker buy up against Royals. It's been a bit of a problem for Royals. I think up against these weak buys, they aren't able to really fully take advantage of their gun round wins or of their pistol round win.
Yeah, so great cams here. Showing it to Observer's Arcs, of course.
Very nice.
Hitting the buttons.
Which buttons are you going to hit next? You never know.
Well, I would say some sort of action towards the A bomb size. That's where Vexed are currently going towards. They've got 5 players positioned towards this side of the map, and Emin, he's going to be the headshot coming in. Frizz able to reply, but it's another one from Messi. So Jenko, K-Piz, and Aussie, 3 players standing, and they might just not stand for long. Aussie on his own, 1v4. This will be certainly the play of the Prem.
Let's see what Aussie... No, let's not see. Let's not see.
Let's
we
see
don't
what
need to see anything.
Aussie... Never mind. He's dead. Well, 13-5, 3 away here, Vex Gaming. They've got the utility available to them, Alex, over Royals. It is going to be a pretty weak buy again. And, well, I guess the weak buys have actually been more successful for both teams, right? We've seen the only runs we've seen Royals win are off the back of pistols.
Well, it's not like Vexed have got themselves full rifles. There's a couple of MAC-10s, although then again, the MAC-10s can still be quite comfortable in some of these close-range fights. Adam, again, having a great game here. 24 kills to his name now as he gets the opening with the MAC-10. And Royals give up on the banana control. They don't help K-Piz out. Couldn't really do much, though.
Yeah, I mean, taking banana control on the CT side with no utility, the rifles you have are inferior in every single way. It's certainly going to be a difficult task. So Vex, they do take top banana control. They've got 2 MAC-10s available to them as well. They're the cash grinders, the money. And it will be Aussie sitting on the coffins. There's the boost. Will they check it? Of course they will. That's something Vex just seem a bit more methodical. They're clearing all the angles. They're making sure they're playing it well. And just really not making too many mistakes in comparison to that of Royals.
I think Adam got a little frag hungry there at the end, but it's not going to lead to anything. Mezzi has his teammates back. 14-5 for Vexed. Again, we see the protocols in place for the T side of Vexed as well. I think, if anything, Vexed are a team who are able to get quite a few rounds on their T side thanks to their team play. So the fact they were able to come away with such a solid scoreline from the first half just goes to show how well Vexed are playing right now. And it really does feel like when this Vexed team shows up, they are really difficult to beat. Almost no team in the UK seems to be able to match them. Maybe Fierce would be the one. I would love to see Vexed against Fierce at some point.
I think Fierce are obviously one of the teams that obviously they win flawlessly without losing a single game, so they're certainly the #1 in Prem at least. But Vex certainly are a team that could challenge them. It will be Jenko and Aussie. Only Aussie now with an MP9. And Vex look to try and take map point. It isn't even their map pick, but they've looked so dominant on it. And Aussie will try his best to try and pull it back for his side, but he'll be finished off. And there it is, map point on Inferno here for Vex. We could be moving to nuke very quickly indeed, Alex.
And I think another kind of cool thing about this game for Vexed is that they haven't really had any highlight plays that I can remember because they haven't needed them. It's just kind of been systematic destruction from Vexed in most of these rounds. You know, some of them have come close. Some of them Vexed have been having to rely on not necessarily clutches, but making sure they trade things out. But overall, Vexed have just been the better team. I think it's as simple as that. We've seen that pretty consistently throughout. K-Piz is trying to force the issue down mid, but Royals are desperate for anything at this point. It looks like they're going to lose their crown on this first map.
Well, the fact of the matter is, I think it's pretty safe to say, Vex just are a better team. And I think that was always going to be the case, and it was perhaps a little bit risky for Royals to take it to Inferno. Well, we've seen Vex beat far greater opponents on and play in tournaments and be willing to go into this and leave this in the map pool. So it's certainly a scary time for the Royals. But it's still a 4v4.
What?
It was a 4v4.
What was doing?
I don't know. He was trying to go for the flying Mag 7 play, but it is going to be Aussie in Martin the Fountain. It's going to be 2 kills collected. So Royals still stand a chance, and Aussie going huge. There we go, Aussie. 4 kills collected, and he survives on 1 HP. So Royals, they have a sign of life.
Yeah, Whisk thought he was a Beyblade turning around on the banana push, but Aussie is the man to step it up. That was a really nice 4K, especially at the end there. Not many bullets left. Needed the headshot. The only kind of sad thing is it feels like it's probably come too late for Royals, but
yeah, I feel like that's just one of the highlight plays, all right?
Yeah.
That's just something we can take a look at and go, good play from Aussie. It gives them a 6th, but does it net them any more than that? Probably not. And a big factor you were talking about as well earlier was Adam, just being such a good fragger. He's currently on 24 kills.
yeah, definitely a player as an in-game leader that can contribute for his team. It would be nice for Royals in this one to get a few more rounds here. Also, just to get some of those individuals warming up. I mean, we saw Jenko have a couple of rounds on the T side where he was trying to make plays. He was doing some good work on the contact with the AWP. But then once they started to lose the economy side of things, they couldn't get the AWP for Jenko as much. It became much more difficult for them to find openings. And with Royals being 2 men down, they're taking a bit of a gamble stack towards B, just hoping that they can find anything. But this one looks likely to be over.
This might just be the final nail in the coffin, right? They'll just punch it in towards the A-bomb site, and there's Aussie getting a kill on Adam. That should be the sign. Go towards A, but Emin's going to get the timing right. Only the 1 kill picked up, though, and so it's going to be a 3v2 retake. They have to go for this Royals. No chance in saving. Obviously, it will be over. And so they have got kits. They've got 1 flashbang. It's going to be massive from the 2 players remaining.
Second smoke to cut off Aussie from this position. Whisk on the other side of things, cut off by the Molotov. The nades are just such a big problem. It's only Aussie left, and Cray will close things out. Vexed take a comfortable victory here on Inferno, and we've still got their map pick coming up, Dinko. That can't feel good for Royals.